Hi.
Hi,
Hi
good to
from
see you.
yeah, no, nice to see you both. No, hi from sunny Australia. Well, the sun's out at the moment. It's actually supposed to be raining this morning, but it's out at the moment. And you're in sunny Jersey, where it's pitch black and cold. It's not
Yeah,
very sunny at the moment.
no,
What's the temp at the moment over there?
about 10, but we've had a chilly sort of northeasterly today.
Ah.
So,
Isn't there some cut change coming down? Someone posted on a page in Luca.
yeah,
Yeah, some big Arctic blast or Antarctic blast.
coming,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I
yeah,
remember
it's
there.
going to drop here, I think, in the next few days. We can feel the northeasterly winds already
Yeah,
biting a bit, can't we?
yeah, right. Because they're forecasting snow around in Tuscany, which is
Wow.
doesn't happen very often. So
No.
yeah, that's what the yeah. So I don't know whether that'll eventuate or not, but yeah, that's what they were saying. But anyway, thank you for. I won't chat too much because you're both busy ladies. But thank you for joining me. For those of you who may see this, hopefully there's a few people who see it. Um, Emma and Lucy joined me in Provence on my Provence retreat last year, which was a retreat that I resurrected post pandemic and post a few years off um, prior to the pandemic as well for various reasons. Um, yeah, and they came along. It was a small group, but they came along and I think had a fabulous time. So I've asked them to join me today and just sort of give me their perspective on how the retreat went. Is that all right with you, ladies?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it is because otherwise you wouldn't have turned up. So we'll start off. It's up to you who wants to answer this. I'll let you guys take it in turns or however you want to work it. What made you? I can't remember whether it was Lucy or you, Emma, who sent me the first email, but I do remember seeing an email, you receiving an email from you. I was in Lucca um, in 2022. I'd just gone back after the pandemic and it was after my retreat had finished there, and I received an email from you girls inquiring. So, and what made you inquire, or what made you book the retreat?
Well, it was Lucy actually who originally, yeah, made the
Yeah,
first
right.
inquiry, and I think that was through word of mouth from another friend that
Annabelle. Yes, Annabelle.
yes,
Yeah.
that's right, yeah, yeah. And Lucy pinged this across to me and said, "Quite fancy this. What do you think?" And I think it probably took me a split second to
Yeah.
come back and say, I'm all over this.
That.
Yes, 100%. Cycling and yoga seems like a number one combination. So yeah, I mean, it just kind of ticked a lot of boxes for us indulging in our hobby really, and the idea of spending a week away in somewhere as beautiful as Provence, and yeah,
And possibly warm compared to Jersey, maybe.
yes, definitely, yeah.
Actually, the week we were there was not too hot, but it was warm. I remember it was Sebastian was complaining, wasn't he, about it not being warm enough for Provence at that time of the
At that time of year. Yeah, I remember that.
year. Yeah, cool. Do you want to add anything, Lucy, or are you all good with that?
No, yeah,
No,
I'm all
okay.
good with that.
Okay. And was there anything that you were searching for, Lucy, that made you inquire, or before you decided to join the retreat? Was there something you were looking for?
I think I'd been on a cycling holiday before, which was very serious cycling,
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
and was also um, it moved around every couple of nights, and the hotels that we were in weren't the best, so the food wasn't the best. And I think for both Emma and I, we work hard and
Yeah.
we want to holiday, but we want to enjoy our holiday as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So I think for me, it was looking for somewhere that you got to cycle or do yoga, but it didn't necessarily take up the whole of your day. So you also had some downtime
Yeah.
and
By the
food.
pool. You go,
Yeah,
go
by the pool.
quite
Yeah,
a bit of time by
yeah,
the pool. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for me, I think, any holiday that I go on, I want decent food. I want nice food.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And that was, I think, the two main things. Yeah, for me.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about you, Emma? I mean, I know Lucy made
Yeah,
inquiry, but
absolutely. And just being able to wind down at the end of a ride by the pool with a book and just chat and then have a lovely evening with a glass of wine. It was a good combination
yeah,
of,
it's just
of some
that not
good cycling and
yeah,
some good relaxation.
yeah, it's that a whole not packing up, like having to worry about getting yourself organized to leave again
Yeah.
the next morning to go
In
somewhere.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think girls particularly, we like to unpack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think everybody does. They just the normal cycling holiday. Everyone's so used to doing that normal cycling holiday where you are on the move. So um it's a different experience, but it's just one that a lot of people don't think about because they think they have to keep moving. But in fact, you see more when you stop and unpack and relax than actually packing up, getting into somewhere, showering, eating, having a drink, going to bed, getting up the next morning and moving. You're just moving through the location as opposed to stopping. So I think, for me, it's very important. That's why I do. And I don't want to pack up every other day and on the move. I'd much prefer to be in one place and experience the area as opposed to just moving through it. Okay, moving right along. Did you either of you have any doubts or fears before coming along?
I mean, Lucy's a much more experienced cyclist than me, so this for me was kind of pushing the boundaries a bit. So I was a little bit, can I do this? But I wanted to have a go and see if I could. And some of the riding, it does push you, but that's good because it's kind of, that's what you're there for, to test your boundaries. And I don't, those were my initial concerns, but I felt like I'd achieved something afterwards as well because they were good, solid rides.
Yeah, for sure. You smashed it out of the park. Bloody hell. The ride up the Verdon, like it was 90 kilometers with 2,000 meters elevation. So for someone,
and we don't have routinely we don't have anything like that. So you're kind of like going into the unknown a bit. But I kind of trusted Lucy.
There was 20 kilometers of cycling on that day. There was a 10K climb. Yeah. Well, the main climb was not even talking about getting to and from. The main climb is 20Ks up, 10Ks up, and then to get back out, it's another 10Ks back out and then down. So,
but it proves you can do it. You can talk about rides and things and numbers and things, but until you're there, but when you've got that amazing surrounding and you're chatting and it just makes all the difference.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. What about you, Lucy?
Yeah, I think it's, for me, you always have a slight doubt, will I be able to get on my bike every single day? Yeah. But I think the thing is that it's not designed for you to fail in any way.
No.
You want people to leave having achieved.
Yeah, something.
Yeah.
And you just smashed it out of the park as well.
But not to be scared and worried, and and I think if you're a cyclist, you want a holiday that's going to be hard enough on the cycling that you feel like you're going away and pushing yourself a bit. But equally, you don't want to be waking up every day going, "Oh my God, can I do it?" etc. So
I think that's also the beauty of being in the one place personally, because if the group wakes up the next morning and they're tired, we can change the route. Whereas I can't do that if we're moving on to another location. You have to stick with the route. So you've got there's no flexibility with like, okay, the group's a bit tired today. Let's do something that's not as hard.
And that's a massive thing as well. I mean, you probably don't mind me saying that you took a day off as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Which you were able to do because we're staying in a great villa with a pool in an area that we've got to know enough of a bit because you're going to and from it every day that you could take yourself off for a walk, knowing that we were going out for sort of half a day on the circle, etc. Whereas obviously if you're moving, taking those days off like that is just not quite as enjoyable.
No,
exactly. Yeah,
you're just sitting in a van potentially or something like that. Go by. Yeah, exactly. Okay, next one. I think we just did that one. Okay, well, I think you sort of just answered this anyway because you didn't really have too many doubts. It was more about the recycling. But what made you do it anyway? You just thought you'd go for it and bugger the site.
I just think, I think life's too short not to give these things.
Exactly.
And I think, I think I'd said to you before, Virginia, I'd been to Provence as a kid. And so to go to one of the most beautiful parts of France as well, just with the colours, etc., I was like, well, even if I end up sitting on my sunbed for 4 or 5 days, that's absolutely fine.
Exactly, as you say, you got a busy job. So, and as Emma took the day off, and you got those options. Yeah, cool. And how did it all turn out?
Yeah, great. It was a proper adventure for Lucy and I. We flew from Jersey via London to Nice.
That's right.
Had a bit of time in Nice, and then you organised the transfer, which was all really well organised. And it was every day the rides were really well planned out, and we were all part of a discussion about what the rides involved the next day. So it felt really kind of inclusive all the time. So I mean, I look back on I talk a lot about it when people ask about cycling and things, and also we haven't talked about the yoga. I mean, the yoga as well. We don't make enough time in our normal routine
for
that kind of
who
thing.
Does?
Exactly. Yeah. And this was a perfect opportunity to kind of look after ourselves a bit.
Yeah.
So I feel like it was a real treat, and we absolutely made the most of it.
Yeah, you did. I know you 100% did. As I said, you were up every morning swimming. Not you and I, Lucy. I was up every morning in the pool, riding, yoga. You did your hike,
everything. Yeah. We were only there for 7 days, so we had to kind of ticking them off.
I think you both got a run in too, didn't you? Or was that just you?
Yeah.
You made the most of it. Did you want to add anything to Lucy or no? Oh, sorry, Emma.
The French market as well. We went to the French market down, and I mean, all those kind of things that that you have the opportunity to do when you're on just a normal routine kind of holiday. We kind of mixed that in, which was really nice.
Yeah, cool, awesome. Okay, next one. I think you've just answered it again. How did it make you feel when the outcome? How did the week make you feel at the end?
I think relaxed, but extremely satisfied and proud of ourselves as well.
With sore legs.
Yes. Yeah. But equally rested.
Yes. Yeah. You were tired from the physical challenge, but mentally.
Exactly. And you really do. And that's the thing about France, I think, of Provence as a whole. You kind of step away from reality or from the real world a little bit. And because there's not thousands of cyclists around, and it's still, the roads were still really quiet. You're able to switch off as well.
I think I'm just going to jump in there with the thousands of cyclists around the area where the retreat is set. The Var region is quite different from the other side of near Avion and the busier areas and near Mont Ventoux, which is a cycling mecca, obviously, and Mont Ventoux is in the Tour de France this year or next year, and it's one of the reasons I choose that area on purpose because sorry, 2 seconds. I've just got something flashing up on my screen. There we go. To get away from those crowds and the busier roads, etc. There's a definite reason why I choose not to be in those areas where you would see a lot of other cyclists in the cafes, on the roads, etc. I mean, as Seb said to the group this year, if we were in those other areas, we'd pull up and there'd probably be 10, 20 groups of cyclists in the villages, whereas we had no one.
No, literally. So, when you're coming up a climb or down a climb, you're not having to worry about, other cyclists around or tons of tourists around because the road's just not busy. And obviously, Virginia, you tend to do the tours at the time when it's not French peak season as well. So you don't have, huge amounts
July
of cars.
School holidays.
Yeah.
No, not at all. Okay, next one. What is the thing that you love the most? Again, I think you both sort of answered that in your questions, in your answers previously. I think you love the combination of the yoga and the cycling, the staying in the one place. I don't know, putting words in your mouth, but I get what you've just said.
Yeah,
unless you're
definitely.
doing
And
it on
also
an
doing a little bit of exploring, because we went to an abbey one day, didn't
That's
we?
right.
We did
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
sorts of different things. So it wasn't just about hard riding; it was the
No.
whole
Yeah.
combination.
The biking
Yeah.
culture day, I think,
Yeah.
came that day. Yeah.
Yeah.
Biking culture.
And then when we did stop for, a cup of coffee or a drink, because of the small nature, you're kind of on your own timeline a little bit.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't a rush. We're stopping at sort of pretty quiet cafes, so you're not number 20 in the queue and then you're rushing to get everything down.
Yeah.
Very much more sort of a laid back, everyone ready kind of a approach, as opposed to just a refuel and go.
Yeah.
But Emma, it's funny, Emma, you mentioned that abbey, and I still look back on those pictures, and that's probably one of the highlights for me, actually, going there.
Right. Yeah.
How peaceful that was.
It's a beautiful
to be able to walk around this absolutely beautiful abbey.
Yeah. Oh, cool. And would you recommend it to others?
I definitely have already. And yes, without doubt. Yeah, I mean, no doubt at all in terms of we're talking to people all the time about different sort of cycling experiences, and it's definitely one that's right up there that I would say, there's a good combination, and the combination with the yoga is really important, because you're kind of looking after yourself, and because you push yourself quite hard, so you are able to get that bit of
and I think it's important as well, because as you say, you push yourself quite hard, and you push yourself hard at home because you're busy, you've got busy lives, and then to come away on holidays and just push all the time, you need that sort of, it's only an hour at the end of the day, and it's just that hour where you close your eyes and you go, oh, okay, someone else is telling you what to do for an hour, and it's that complete shutdown of outside stimulation, even though you're outside and you're listening to the birds or whatever, or that complete shutdown.
Yeah, definitely. So I mean, my thing when I say to people, if you want something that's just a different location, there's not many rides that you can do around Provence like that, with a kind of being looked after as well. Holiday, takes the stress out of it.
Yeah, you're good girls. Well, you're welcome back anytime. I'd love to see you back another time, but you're both so bloody busy with your triathlons and whatever. I know Seb would love to see you back as well.
So you've got a few next year, yeah?
Yes,
Luca, you've got the gravel and
Luca, then Provence, and then gravel, and then down to Girona after the Girona's mid. And I haven't been to Girona since before the pandemic, so it'd be nice to go back there. That's mid-September. So Girona follows the Loire, up in the Loire. Yeah, get up and get organised. But thank you for your time. Enjoy your evenings, and I'll be in touch. Lovely to see you again.
Nice to see you.
The other side of the world on Zoom. Thank you.
Look after yourself.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.